So my twin flame Kundalini Awakening. So boom, I met this person in what you call a hood. Okay, I came from the country. All right, so I was down in the bottoms. I was doing drugs. You know what I'm saying? But I was not at my best. So I met this person, and I just knew right off that this person was something to me. Okay, I didn't know nothing about spirituality. Didn't know nothing about tarot. Didn't know nothing about none of that. So okay. So it was just an automatic feeling. So when we collided, boom, it's 3-3. It triggered every freaking thing. Okay, so it's like the Kundalini is signifying the snake wrapping around the chakras all the way to your and attaching to your crown chakra, which awakens you. Okay, to a different level of consciousness. All right, so boom. All right, so I have never experienced. It's been hard for me to even try to explain this shit. Okay, all right, so after that, um, it was like a vampire movie, you know what I'm saying? Like Twilight, you know what I'm saying? I craved this person. But right along with craving this person, I it was like when we collided, we healed each other naturally, you know what I'm saying? And the frequency of love that we felt for each other without even knowing anything about each other except for it was, you know what I'm saying? This is some shit that's from outer space when two people connect on this level where this my consciousness level is raised, and now I'm like, boom, I want to go. He giving me this is a different type of energy that you cannot explain. Okay, so boom, I don't know what's going on. So one day I was at my house, you know what I'm saying? I'm having all these emotions. Okay, all right, we drowning in our emotions. This the flood, emotional floods. Okay, so I'm having to face myself, looking at this person. It made, without saying anything, it made me feel like, okay, I'm not on my game. You know what I'm saying? I had to fix this and that. So it was a lot of healing that had to be done. So just us being in each other energy was a chance for us to heal our wounds so that we can ascend to another level, right? And it was a level of sacrifice. So as you do to seven, as you learn that, okay, sex is sacred, okay, on a spiritual level, and that if you are that you can have a divine partner that you don't even have to speak to. It's just when y'all collide, it's just boom, like that 808. All right, so you look back on your life and you like, whoever gave me this vibe that made me want to just clean myself up for real. Did you? It's like you see this person. It's like this is what you feel like you have to do. This person ain't saying shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like on a telepathic level. It opens your mind up to other realms. Like this is not where it's at. Okay, so not knowing what that energy is, I was I was great. I was graced with the presence of figuring out what tarot was. So tarot helped me form a divination with spirit, like try to culminate the energy and know what's going on with it. Okay, so in all these messages that I'm getting, and I'm healing myself and going through these battles by myself, and it's like, okay, you breaking generational curses, but not realizing how, okay, every so many years, all right, thousands of years or whatever, if your bloodline is still down here, somebody is picked to go down there and try to elevate them to another level while the portal is open. That's just, okay, my high level of consciousness. This is what the Kundalini Awakening does. You don't have to believe what I say. It's just opening your mind to another level to where you free yourself and you are able to rise and set the people that your ancestors that have passed and they're still here, their spirit is still here. Okay, it gives them a chance to get the fuck out of this hellhole, okay? Because if you think about it, like, why would God make evil and good? So you know what I'm saying. That when you get here, you getting here. You came here to fight because there's evil here. Where some of us come from, we don't know nothing about that. So we came here to prove we fashion just like Hercules or some shit. You feel me? It's like But anyway, this level of consciousness came from meeting this person and having sexual relationships with this person. It elevated my consciousness. It's like it snapped me back into who I was. And I started on this journey, and I thought this journey was about us being together, which it is about us coming together for the Kundalini energy, for the collective. But it's not so much about us being together on a 3D basis, because you are trying to detach yourself from that, okay? Because if you know that you guys are stars, you're gonna meet in the stars regardless. You came here to do a job, okay? So even though you know you don't want to leave this person behind and it's a portal you gotta go through, and that's your other half, okay, you know you done been here long enough. But anyway, let me get back on the subject. Like I said, it's it's it opens your mind. It makes you look at shit differently. You know you down here to transcend your transgressions, okay? The things your forefathers, nasty shit they done did, nasty shit you done did. Okay, you gotta pay for that. You know what I'm saying? And if you get lucky enough, you can have a Kundalini awakening. Okay, and transcend out of this realm into another realm where there is no duality. Okay, the highest frequency is love, and that's just it. You know, here you know you got to battle because it's evil and good. When you wake up and realize that just because it's 3D in this 3D realm, that's your brother, your sister, your cousin, your mama, that does not mean in the spirit that these people are that same. These people are no kin to you in the spirit, and they came here to stop and block you, and that's what keeps you stuck. Okay, these titles. But you have to transcend past that, and it's ways around it, okay? And everybody has to pick their own path. I'm not telling nobody which path to pick. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, meeting this person just changed my entire life. Made me look back on all my relationships, and that's why I say marriage is on paper here. It's just about making money and keeping track, because it doesn't mean shit in the spiritual realm. Because when God put two people together on the spiritual realm and you collide together, it's something. It's a different frequency. It's not just that low vibrational shit that you dealing with in your lower chakras. It's that rise. You rise all the way up. The sexes is on another level. It's not that low vibrational shit motherfuckers talking about. Okay, yeah, you can talk about the goodness of it, but I'm talking about a frequency where it takes you to a place, elevating your consciousness where it never would have been before you met this individual. Okay, so boom, I was addicted to this person. I didn't know what was going on. One day I was flipping through my phone, and then some terror pulled up, and then from there I just went on down the rabbit hole into uh, where I am now in my attention. You feel me? Moving on to another level. Okay, some people ain't gonna feel me because they not on my frequency or level of consciousness. They haven't ascended to that place on Jacob's ladder. Okay, they don't understand that they are down here to transcend their transgressions, and they are being ruled by the planets, the gods, whatever you want to call them. And you basically down here like Hunger Games, baby. For real, for real. That's exactly what it is. That's some real shit. That's what you down here. So I have transcended past those lower vibrations, those desires running me and ruling me. You know what I'm saying? I'm transcending past that before to unlock so that my ancestors can be unlocked out of a door that was shut to them. Okay? You're doing it for a level of ascension. Okay? And each generation behind you as you go will have it easier and easier until you are out. Okay? This is basically it. You are ruled by the planets. You can the creator of source energy that create all, yes. But at the end of the day, He gave the rulership of the planets over to you. That's why you have a certain day where the stars will align just for you. Okay? You came here in a place that a God will give you to fight. It's not to fight. You're supposed not to fight. But if there's evil, you know you're gonna eventually have to fight because there's evil. You think the evil people just gonna stay and be evil with each other? Come on now. So you came here to fight, a soldier. But now it's of the mind and emotions. Where in the past it was physical. This is the level of consciousness you get with the Kundalini Awakening as you rise. No matter which path you take, you don't have to take the same path I take. But whatever path you decide to take, you know what I'm saying? Just like the Bible say, brother against brother, right? There's that most doctrine that people under, okay, will outfit on you under like the mob. Who protecting you? And if they treating you well, because the one I joined, hey, where I'm at, they treat me real good, okay? You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to, but anyway, that's a whole nother subject. Okay, so I lost my train of thought right there. But anyway, your ancestors rooting for you, they jump down there and help this shit move, okay? They stuck right here. They need to elevate. And it's done, and it's the way it was done for me to turn my light on to the collective that is on my frequency at this point and level of ascension. Okay, you know, we the movers and the shakers, we always the start, you know what I'm saying? So it always catch on, like I say. It always catch on. uh, but when you realize this is really like a game and you being played with, and you know what I'm saying? So uh, you got to figure out ways how to go around this road and this road. It's that boom, I done did it this way. Boom, that ain't work, that ain't work. It's like a maze, okay? And you just rise, you see what I'm saying? And then you realize, damn, these motherfuckers playing games. They playing games down here. I did all this old bullshit and ain't nothing work. Oh, okay. And then that's when you realize, okay, you've been going through levels of tests so that you can fully awaken to what the fuck this really is. So now you have to figure out how you've been practicing all your life, and every generation, you know what I'm saying, you done inherited the gifts. So now you got to figure out how to get some of your people out with you, you know what I'm saying, before the door closed. And how to try to get them to go through the maze and levels of consciousness, even though it's not what you see in the actual 3D in front of your face, okay? Then all this level of consciousness came from meeting that person, okay? And it's vice versa. It was like that's the other half of me. We always gonna have a connection, and then when we collide, boom, it's like an 808. It's like I take off like a rocket, he take off like a rocket, and we just go spread that shit all over the world. You know what I'm saying? Love to elevate your vibration. First you laugh at, then you want to laugh with, then you want to know more. You know what I'm saying? My story is like, all about love. Realizing that at the end of the day, I choose love. I could do nasty things, you know what I'm saying? We are living in a duality. But I choose to balance that out because I see things from a higher perspective now. Just like the eagle flying down around, looking at everything, I see things from a different perspective, okay? So I know this is just a game being played. So you like I said, you like Hercules, you know. Some and like how they do in the 300. You know what I'm saying? Who ready to go to war? You know, it's only the strong gonna survive. Who gonna figure out how to ascend or past a certain level? Okay, not only for themselves, but to be able to open a door for the people that they love the most to follow so that they don't have to reincarnate here again, or if the Most High God sends someone to do that, like the Messiah, you know what I'm saying, and He telling you, you know, the path, and you decide to use it for something else. So you know, you're stuck in a level of you like a slave, you know, because you choose not to elevate. Because when you elevate to a certain extent, there's love even to the ones that you know, and the Most High God done showed you fucking, you know what I'm saying, it's the enemy. You tame the beast. But when you meet that twin, that person tames the beast in you, and it elevates you into your greatness. And there's nothing else that you can find out here like it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you a fiend for it. But it's on some spiritual type shit because you know how it elevated your consciousness. You can't explain this to a motherfucker. Oh, I don't know a motherfucker. I met a motherfucker. Me and him vibing on some little shit, just like without words. We collided, and that was some shit I never felt in my entire life. Ain't got nothing to do with a 3D sexual feeling. That's a low vibration, raising a vibration. When it the levels of my consciousness went everywhere. I burst out a box of religious things that hold you and oppress you and keep you down, and started on a path, a righteous path of whatever the Most High God allowed me to do in this realm. So, you know, I understand what outfit I'm under. You know, I understand who protected me. You know what I'm saying? That's on you if you took a contract with a bad motherfucking outfit. That's not my problem. You know, it's always good versus evil because it's where you at. You know, a person said that I listen to, they say it's Alcatraz. That's the best way to explain it. So this whole twin flame thing was taken and used to romanticize it because we live in a Walt Disney world in our mind about what love really is. What you willing to sacrifice for something you have never experienced in your fucking entire life. But then you know you on a mission at the same time. And you hope you guys meet up somewhere in this lifetime and this physical realm. You always do anyway. But you know, you just want to be with that person. You know what I'm saying? But the standards and the lifestyle that you live in, it might not allow you, or it may feel like it's wrong because that's how I was brought up. But when you know something spiritual in the Most High God, and they give you a feeling, and you so emotional about a motherfucker, you say you ain't never, you know, you ain't supposed to ever, okay, it goes so deep. So you know, you gonna train. I started divinating through tarot. You know what I'm saying? And I know I'm supposed to speak and that type of stuff like that. But I don't like to, you know what I'm saying? I like to be quiet and just let everybody do them. Cause it's not me that you need to follow. It's the way that I path. It's another path. Like, hey, look, you know what I'm saying? It's like every time you go run up and get a bag, and everything you know, it's gone. All right. Cause you gotta look at who you go around when every time you get that bag. That's gonna show you who the enemy is. I don't give a fuck if it's supposed to be your cousin that you knew all your fucking life. That's how it is in a spiritual realm. Period. Because you know you're a soul and a spirit. At the end of the day, that can take any form in this realm. Okay, you just take a thought. Two brain cells rub together to make a fucking thought. Okay, so you know. And then they had, you know, if there's something good, there's gonna be something evil to stop it. And then another way to know is that it's gonna always be some type of stumbling block that's gonna keep you away from your twin, or try to make your twin feel like you the enemy, to keep y'all away because they know what type of vibration y'all give off of love, on some shit, on some magical shit for real that motherfuckers ain't never really experienced or heard of. So how can I explain it to you? You don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Because reason why I know you don't, because you haven't elevated past a certain um, way of thinking at this point. You still on that low vibrational shit. You still in the 6 of Wands. You still want to be celebrated and all that old extra ass shit. When you know the bigger picture, that shit don't mean nothing. Okay, if that's what you want to do for a time, just do you. You feel me? This is to raise the vibration. Once the portal closed, you stay here, and then however long you gotta serve until another door open for you, I don't know. But that's on a deeper level of consciousness that most motherfuckers don't understand. And when you have a Kundalini awakening, it tells you how to value the self, who I am. Okay, I was born a Libra, this side, my ego, but who am I? That's my rising. Who the I am? Who is that? You know what I'm saying? Just learning yourself, and that it took you on a journey of loving yourself. You had to, because the magnetic pull that you guys have towards one another is something that you can never fabricate. I don't give a fuck what you try to, you know, put in this place. Is nothing that's going to ever replace that fucking pull or feeling. It's almost like torture, especially when you stand in your lower chakras. But as you ascend and realize that it's all about, it's not just about, that's a lower vibration about y'all being together. It's about the collective. It's about your bloodline as what information that you can get straight from the stars that's going to help break the chains and free them, and so that they can move up Jacob's ladder and out of this plane and stop serving as a slave to the planets, the gods. And they play with you however they must. So you can listen or you don't have to. That's your problem. You can do what this program that you in tells you to do and live by whatever they say and feel by whatever they feel, and you never gonna get no sense of joy out of that shit for no time. You gotta keep feeding the beast. What about something that just bring you this ultimate peace that you ain't never felt before? You know what I'm saying? Took me a long time to even try to describe what this shit even really means to me. And now that I see, you see what I'm saying? All the nights I done cried and all this shit, just thinking I'm going insane, going up the level of ascension and going through doors that I hit and miss, till I realize what the fuck I'm really in. And once you realize that, okay, now I know y'all just playing. Okay, so let me just do this and you'll know what to do. Okay, when I come outside, the trees and the plants, it's like they talk to me, and I can just go on this level of thinking and ascension of how I am, how people are, and what, how I had to dissect myself from being having childhood abandonment issues, having father issues, you know what I'm saying, just used to being used and abused, not knowing what power you possess. You know what I'm saying? Let motherfuckers tell you who the fuck you are when you know you different. If you one of them, you know what I'm saying? You always been that orphan motherfucker. Okay? So the outfit you worked, they seeing in that reinforcement that woke up the lioness and lion in you. That's one of, I'm up on that banner. You feel me? And it's good to me. But I came just to bring the noise, ring the bell. Shit, you can stay down if you want to. But yeah, that's what happened when, and like I said, living in this world where uh, love is romanticized by sex and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I learning what masculine and feminine is, learning how to use those energies to your best advantage, and as you hit roadblocks, figuring out what where else can you turn in this motherfucker. It's gotta be an easier way, and it is. Okay? So it's like, um, there's a job you came here to do and you're gonna do it regardless. And when you reach a higher level of ascension, then competition and um, rumors and gossip and all that shit is just low level shit to you. You're not interested in that shit. You in your own world then 10 times out of 10, because most of us, when we wake up for real, keep going up the ladder, we start seeing all kinds of different shit. You know what I'm saying? It never stops. It never stops. You start seeing everything for exactly what it was. and how you was a part of it and what part you had to learn and what you need to do with that now that you know. Okay, so that you can move the fuck up and on out. You feel me? So, but yeah, once I met that person, it was nothing else. Nobody else could. I began to know what my temple really meant to me. You know what I'm saying? And how divine it really was. You know what I'm saying? And how I didn't value myself like I thought I did. Regardless of what drug I was doing at the time, I was always a hustler and somebody that was gonna do it. But I just picked people because of my uh, issues that I hadn't faced within myself that gave me that abuse that made me feel like that was love. Most of us feel like the orphan, you feel me, the black sheep. So I was just crazy, you know what I'm saying? I had to leave the whole place where that person was at. It was like a vampire won't seeking blood. And every time felt like I was rejected by this person, it broke me down piece by piece. So I had an ego death. You know what I'm saying? And as I had that ego death, it actually rose me up as a lioness. You know what I'm saying? Not to fear anything, anyone. You know what I'm saying? For what? If you know the game that's being played, all you gotta do is figure out how to get you and yours up out of it. You know what I'm saying? You got a whole twin that you can talk to. You don't even gotta say nothing to each other. And whenever you come together and the Kundalini rise, you always take each other to a deeper level and another level of ascension. So now you don't rose your level of consciousness because nothing down there is gonna feed you unless it's feeding your soul. To actually feel a love unconditionally for a person that you never met, but you know in your heart, deep down, in your beliefs, that you have known this person before because there's no other way that you could feel this. You know who you are. The people that's been with you know who you are. You see what I'm saying? It broke me down like a fraction. And I had to rise.